The Pennsylvania State University was first established in 1855. With 19 Commonwealth campuses throughout Pennsylvania, the Penn State University currently educates over 94,000 students.
Of those 94,000 students, Penn State York has over 1,500. It is the seventh largest in total student population. It offers 8 bachelorette degrees, 6 bachelorette minors, 6 two-year associate degrees, and a master's degree in K-12 education.
At first glance, Penn State York seems to be the perfect Commonwealth campus. Friendly staff, hardworking faculty, and an overall sense of Penn State pride. But what's really missing from this quaint little college in the suburbs of York?
With camcorder in hand, we roamed the campus, asking students what they thought was missing from Penn State York. The answer?
I think we need to add some dorms.
I think dorms would be a good asset for both Penn State York and the community as a whole.
Because we need to add some dorms here.
Get a dorm.
They should have dorms here.
I think dorms would be the best thing.
We need dorms. We need to have dorms.
Ultimately, the operational decision will be made by the president based on recommendations that have come through a group of senior administrators, and their recommendations in part were based on a very thorough study that was done by a committee. We were invited to submit reasons why we should either be able to expand our housing in the case of those who already had housing, or move from commuter to residential status. And we had a very full involvement here at Penn State. We did a lot of survey work. We met with local officials to gauge their reaction, and the next stage would be to, if we're successful, and we don't know what the president's decision is yet, the president would then take everything to the Board of Trustees for final approval.
The thing is about on-campus housing is that with the space we have now, we literally cannot do anything more because there are regulations about how much concrete you can lay down on the earth, and basically right now we're already full.
The campus, we have about almost 55 acres of land, and of that it's zoned different ways. So part of the campus is zoned actually residential, which means it should have residences on as opposed to, university buildings. The other part is zoned open space. And in a place that's open space, you really aren't supposed to have a lot of buildings. You're supposed to have open land.
Okay.
So there's a certain amount of coverage you can have from a stormwater perspective. They want to try to keep, water from the ground being able to run into the ground as opposed to running off somewhere else.
Okay.
So as a result of that, there's some rules that they have with zoning. So they look at how much coverage you have from a permeability standpoint, and they say, oh, you already have all these buildings over here, and you already have all these parking lots. You've got to keep a certain amount of grass. So when you talk about the fact that you can only build over concrete or something, that's kind of what you're hearing is saying, okay, well, maybe we could build over a parking lot because that's already there and we might be able to get away with that.